All right, everyone out there. Me and my son, well, actually, I jacked this up today, put it on jack stands, and I pulled out some of the bolts to figure out what tools I needed to pull the rack in a car in a junkyard. So in Helena, we don't have a lot of newer cars. They're kind of all older. This is like a 2009. There's a 2010 Audi in our junkyard. There's one, literally one. In all the junkyards, we have one in, like, I don't know, 4 of them, maybe 5. And there's one Audi. I don't even bother calling green metal because they want so much money. They want brand new prices for used crap. I called this other place called A and B. I didn't even call them. I knew this Audi was in there. I found it looking for a mirror for my plow truck. This car is like a beige tan color. The one they have is like chocolate brown. It actually has, these are the high-end, like, premium plus headlights. It has the lower end headlights in it. I don't even know what they call them. I'm contemplating getting the headlights out of them and the front bumper and maybe this fender, because they're all pretty good on that car. This fender is not horrible, but there's a dent like right there where my finger's at, and it's kind of bent right there. This headlight's broke. I'm missing that cover. The car in the junkyard doesn't have that cover either, but at least the bumper cover doesn't have this giant split in it. I might go with two-tone car for a while, you guys. I'd rather it be right, and I have a buddy that gave me that. They could wrap this car if I wanted it wrapped. Or I might go down to Napa and they can match that color in a spray can, and I can spray that brown back to this color. So that's not the main reason I went there. This car, you guys knew when I was having all my issues with my pulleys and all that crap in here, my power steering stopped working-ish. It still works, it's just really tight, really rough. Part of it is that there's that like $600 cylinder looking thing on the side of it. I think it's like a power assist for the rack. The wire, I broke the fitting on it. I tried to glue it back together. It still ain't working. It's like really intermittent. Like you'll be driving down the interstate and it'll be like kind of jerky because the sway bar on this car, when you go into a corner, it actually has like, it sends power to the outside corner and pushes down on the sway bar. Because it's kind of a little bit of like first gen like smart car kind of thing, I believe. But you can definitely feel it in the steering wheel. Just going down the interstate, you'll hit a rut and you can feel it kind of jerking and doing weird stuff that it's not supposed to do. So me and my son went there. We pulled everything out. It was raining. Like, yeah, it was a miserable day. I finally just told Dylan, I'm like, I'm done. We're leaving. I'll come back tomorrow because it's supposed to be like 70 and nice. Because I couldn't wait. I skipped work today to go do this. Mainly because I had nothing to do at work today. Pretty much all week. But I've been doing other stuff at work. Just, yeah, it is what it is. But I did jack this up. I figured out all the freaking bolts I needed. I needed an Allen wrench to pull that line off right there. Now looking at it, I think I can pull the line off on the bottom. But it was just pouring rain. We were both just covered in dirt and mud and power steering fluid. It was just miserable. So I think I'm gonna go back tomorrow. I'm gonna decide if I want the headlights and the bumper cover. Maybe this fender. You guys can see I got a dent right there. This fender's bent right here. I kind of hammered and dollied it back. This was all here when I bought this car, you guys. I just really like this car. So I'm trying to do some maintenance on it to like save it. That's why I put spark plugs and coils in it. I need to do there's a seal underneath this cap that is leaking oil into my cylinders through the spark plug holes. I've talked to 2 different people. They say that's what it is. So I need to do that. I need to do a water pump. This is bad. I'm starting to put a little bit of money in this car because I need to keep it. I want to keep this car. I like it. The only way I would get rid of this is if I could find a BMW that wasn't that crappy. Those are actually way better cars than Audis. Now that I've had an Audi, I'm like, oh, these are great. Yeah, BMWs are even better. So I trying to put some money into this just to keep it alive. I need, winter's coming, you guys. It was cold and blowing. I literally thought it was gonna snow today. It didn't. It rained. Me and Dylan got a little wet trying to get that rack out of there. I got everything out but one line. So tomorrow I should be able to go disconnect that last line, pull that rack out. It's still a used rack, and they're charging me $100, which I found it on eBay Motors for like, oh boy, it was like 50 bucks, but it was like 80 bucks in shipping. So they told me, if you pull it out yourself, we'll let it go for 100. So I was like, all right. So what I'm hoping is I can pull that rack out. I'm gonna pull these headlights out of that other car and this bumper cover. I'm hoping to get out of there. I'm hoping under 300. We'll see. They're pretty stingy about stuff. They look everything up on the internet now because they have the internet, which sucks, because before you could negotiate with them. Literally, they wanted over 200 bucks for that rack. And I'm like, dude, literally, I can get it shipped to my door and I don't have to pull it for cheaper than that. And they're like, all right. They negotiated a little bit. It's not like they used to. Like, stuff out of there used to be way cheaper. But junkyards are getting smarter. They're getting in the 20th century. So we kind of got to do what they want. I mean, it's their parts. So yeah, so I'm going to go finish getting that tomorrow. I got a portion of the stuff pulled off this so I can replace that. But literally, you guys, all I need, there's a little, like on the side of it, there's a cylinder with a plug in it. That's the part on my car that's bad. I don't actually think my rack's bad, but that one little part on the side of the rack is like $500-600 bucks. The whole rack I can get for hundreds. So with that part in it, with the tie rods and the lines. So that's what I'm doing, you guys. Even online, that's kind of the way it is. Like, they're like, oh, 600 bucks for this little part. You got to pull the rack out anyways. Why wouldn't you replace it if it's cheaper to buy the whole rack with the part in it? When I get the part out of the junkyard, I'll show you the little cylinder I'm talking about. It is ridiculous expensive. And literally, I think it helps the car with its steering. I think it's like a power assist that pushes, but I'm not 100%. But I know that's what's wrong with this car. I do got to tell you, I drove to work. The new coils, whoo! This car is running like a top again, man. It does have a little bit of stutter at idle when it's cold. But I know this manifold's bad. I made a little bracket when I first got this car. You can kind of see it right here. I welded it. And it holds a flap in, because I'm getting a flap position sensor, I don't know, something code. Now that I put the coils and new spark plugs in, all my other codes went away. My misfires, the blah, 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 blah. Now I'm just back to the original one for this manifold. So when I'm there pulling this out, this off that car, and the headlights out of that thing, I might pull this too, you guys. Because it's not bad on that car yet. I might pull it. We'll see. I can buy this brand new for 100 bucks. I think a little over 100 bucks. We'll see what they say. Yeah. We'll see. I don't want to dump a ton of money into this car, but I do like this car and I want to keep it running for a while. Since I got it, I literally have done zero maintenance, you guys. I bought it and I just put oil in it. It burns oil like crazy when the turbo kicks in. Apparently that's pretty common on these years Audis because the rings are bad. Audi won't warranty them. It's what I hear. I don't know if that's true or not. I know when I really get on this car, there's a little bit of puff out of the tailpipe of, you know, smoke coming out of it. So this car's only got like 110,000 miles on it. 119, I think. So I'm trying to keep it running as long as I can. Like, this car's great for going to ski hill and stuff. Turn traction control off, it drives like a 4-wheel drive. Even with crappy tires, it still gets around very well. Easily as good as my 4-wheel drive truck. So, and it's only like, this car's only like 2 inches off the ground. I really like this car. So we're trying to dump a little bit of money into it just to keep me going. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I worked on this a little bit today, you guys. I'm pulling some stuff off. Pulling some stuff off of it. Yeah. It wouldn't start today, so I don't know. We'll see. I put the battery on it and the jumper I tried to jump it off my Jeep. I'm hoping my Jeep battery's dead. It won't start today. It just kind of clicks, so I'm a little worried. There's a lot of wires in here, and yeah. We'll see. The guy I got the car from, he said he has the original dash for this thing. He has the original dash here, so I can put the dash back in it. I think I'm gonna take him up on that, just so I can hook up all the wires back up. Yeah, and yeah. I don't want to tell you guys what I'm doing to that yet. It's kind of a secret. I'm hoping somebody will comment and get close. I'm gonna send out like a little hint in shorts here shortly, after I get my car fixed. I'm contemplating going to a Jeep race. It's like late in the year. Like I thought it was gonna snow today. There's a monster truck show in Missoula and it's paying out pretty good. So I don't normally go Jeep racing to get a payout, and I usually do really bad at Jeep race. At a monster truck show, I've rolled, I've broken throttle cables. Most time I win, but yeah. Monster truck shows kick my ass for some reason. So I'm still contemplating whether I'm going or not. We have a big concert this weekend too in Montana, in Helena. They call it the Freedom Rings concert. It's awesome. It's like the biggest like fireworks show that we have in Helena. It started when COVID hit, kind of as a like COVID's fake kind of thing. So it's been awesome. We'll see if I'm hoping there's 2 shows in Missoula for the race. If we go, I'll record for sure, you guys, so you can see what we did, how we did. It'll probably be a trip there, running, after show kind of thing. I'm hoping I only have to run the one. I'm trying to get out of running the second one because there's 2 shows. There's one at 1:30 and one at 7. We'll see how this plays out. I don't know. I'm still waiting for information from the guy that's actually helping the monster truck guys put it on. So we'll see. My Jeep's sitting over there. Like I started it. It runs. The exhaust is kind of blowing into the floor pans, and we'll see how it goes. Helena Race kind of beat it up a little bit, so I have some stuff I need to fix. I knew about this like a week or 2 ago. I just put it off because I'm like, I'd rather go to the concert. But I'm hoping to make it to the first show, then back to Helena, go to the concert. It's going to be a long, busy day, but we'll see. I'll let you guys know. Actually, you'll probably see it on this video. All right, guys. We're back on my Audi. Back at the junkyard. Figured I'd bring you guys along this time. We're out here trying to pull this power rack out of this Audi because I'm not willing to pay store prices for it. So I got it about probably 3/4 of the way out of this car last Thursday. Me and Dylan did. So I'm going to finish it off. We almost got it out. I just ran out of, I needed one tool that I didn't have. So I brought it this time. So hopefully I can get the rest of this out today. So kind of showing you guys, this is our kind of a local junkyard out off of Applegate. It's called A to B. So we're out here trying to get this part. Hopefully I don't walk past where this car is sitting. I think it's down this row. Either this one or the next one. Might be the next one. One thing I'll tell you guys is what I bring. So I bring the kids' wagon. Throw all my tools in it because they don't allow you to drive in. Brought cardboard because you can see it's just a muck hole. It rained all night last night. It's a ways out here. I've been walking for a little bit, you guys. This junkyard is pretty good size. Probably not as big as ones in bigger cities, but it's still pretty decent sized. And I don't remember where this car is at. And I was just here last Thursday. They got a lot of different rows and stuff where I get a little confused sometimes. Yeah, they have like one cut across row that I'm close. Anyways, let me get to this car and I'll show you guys where it's at and what it looks like. It's not exact match to my car, it's a year newer. It's like a 10, mine's a 9. This one's like a root beer brown color. It caught on fire on the inside, but all the motor parts are pretty good on it still. So there's not a whole lot of Audis and junkyards around here, so kind of got to deal with what I got. So let me find this car, then I'll show you guys what it looks like. All right, you guys, I overshot it. I went too many rows back. See that green cab over there? It's like a cab over that I really want to take out of here. I think it's just cool as shit. This car's right up over here. I always remember it's next to that green cab. This junkyard has some newer stuff and a lot of older stuff too. We have other junkyards here that only have new stuff. They don't have any of the old stuff. Over along that gate over there, they have a lot of old like Mustangs and stuff. I mean, literally there's an old truck sitting right there. I don't even know what year it is, but so here's my car. You can see I jacked it up. I put wheels under it last time we were here, me and Dylan did, to get it up, to get some room to work under here. I think I'm gonna probably take this bumper, maybe the fog lights. I mainly need the power rack out of it. I'm probably gonna see if they'll sell me these headlights, because I do need them. Mine's on this side, you guys seen it's busted. These are not as fancy of headlights as what my car has, so I'm not sure if it'll work. I thought about taking this fender too, because I have a dent in mine right here. My hood has a dent right there. This hood is dented worse than mine right there, so you can see the whole interior of that thing caught on fire pretty bad. I think I just saw a mouse running through the engine. I don't know, could have just been the lighting. I kind of want this intake too, but this is the same motor that I have. You can see somebody's robbed all the coil packs out of this thing. I'm not sure why. They're only 50 bucks online. I just bought some, so why you'd come and buy used ones, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, but I'm gonna get this rack out of this car. I didn't have those Allens take that line off. After looking at mine when I got home, it actually it's like a press fit on the actual pump, so I brought a slide hammer to kind of slide hammer that out. So I got to get up under here and finish pulling that thing out. But I got smart and I brought cardboard this time. Last time I didn't have it and I got all sorts of freaking dirty. Me and Dylan were filthy. So let me get off here. I'll get under here. I'll get this thing pulled the rest of the way out. Start looking at pulling these headlights in this front grill bumper area. This is cracked on this one. This piece is separate from here, you guys, so I'm gonna pull my center out and put it in this bumper, because this bumper is just a lot better. There's a little crack in the paint right there. I think it's just the paint, so I'm not super worried about it. I'm gonna definitely dig at this a little bit before I pull it to see if it's worth it, or if I should just buy a new one, because literally they're so cheap online. I think they're less than $100 to buy a brand new one. The thing about this is it's already painted like a dark color. My car's light, but I should be able to buff it and spray paint rattle can match it pretty easily. But I do want the fog lights, because mine on this side is just destroyed over here. All the brackets are busted out of it, so I might pull that fog light too. I might pull both of them. I don't know, that one looks smoked also, and that's the one that's broke on mine, but maybe my lens will fit on here, so I'll pull that out and look to see what it's, if I can use it. I also need this piece. Mine is missing, so is this one, so yeah, I might have to buy that brand new. We'll see though. Almost looks like somebody had broke it out and tried to glue it back in before, so maybe the tabs are messed up on this bumper, and this bumper is not even worth it. But we'll see. The headlights I'm definitely going to try to get. I'm hoping they won't try to break me over the coals on them. They seem to want full price for a lot of stuff lately out of here, and it should be like half because it's used parts. But they're looking the same spot I am. Like, that rack, literally, I wanted to get it for like 50 bucks, because I can get it off eBay Motors for 50, but it cost me 80 to ship it here, and they're like, well, it'll cost you 60 to ship one here. So they're right. I mean, literally, they're going for eBay prices is kind of what they're doing. eBay Motors, you know, that kind of stuff. So they want 100 bucks for it, so I'm gonna pay it because I need it, and I don't want to pay the 500 bucks for the part that's on the rack. So if I can get the whole rack out of there and get it for 100 bucks, better than buying the $500 part. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get at this, so you guys, before it starts raining, you can see last Thursday we were here, it was just about like this. Hopefully I get this out of here before the rain gets me again, because last time me and Dylan were standing like right here and it was just pouring rain and we were trying to do this. It was a nightmare. Okay guys, I got the part I needed, mainly the main part. So this is the rack. This is the piece that is broke on my car. It actually broke this fitting right there. That fitting snapped off here. This little piece right there, that's almost 600 bucks. Almost 600 bucks. I'm pretty sure this rack is good, so I'm just gonna drop it in the car. I just snipped the wires here. Mine were broke already. So I soldered mine back together, but I did leave myself a little in case this is a little bit different clip or something. This is pretty close though. I'm pretty sure this should bolt right up. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I got my lines here that I need. I didn't take these lines because I'm pretty sure they're the same as my car. I also pulled these two headlights, you guys. I'm gonna see what they're gonna let them go for. They're a little rough. They're better than what I have. They're not the fancy turny headlights like mine. We'll see if they work or not. You know, it's better to have the headlight fixed and it cracked and broken and be able to turn and stuff. So I think they should work on my car. I'm gonna have to do a little research, maybe just plug them in and try them. The one thing I did do, you guys, I actually got the brackets too, because on my car these are broke. Yeah, so that's a good thing. I just screwed them back on. This is a piece that broke on mine, this piece right here. It's broke on the driver's side. Same with this little bracket right there. It's broke on mine. Oh, and that's so smart of Audi. So this is a year newer than mine. This bracket unbolts. Mine is solid. It's one piece there, I think. Or maybe this part of my bracket was broke, so I had to build a metal one. I'll show you when we get back to my car what it looks like versus this one. But I did get all the bracketry to hold the lights in, which is good. I need that. And then I took this thing to you guys. We're gonna see if I can get out of here under 300, 400 bucks. This bumper's not much better than mine, but it's not cracked right here, and it has the housing. My fog light here housing is broke. Looks like this bulb might be smoked in there, so this is definitely a little better than what I have. So this is cracked, obviously. There's a little crack right here. I think most of this is like a plastic lining that looks like cracks, because that's actually the paint, and then there's like a plastic protective coating over it in this area. But there is a little crack right there next to the thing. It's missing both of these, you guys. I have one on my car. I need this one, so I may have to order those new because I don't see them laying here with the car. But this bumper is a lot better than what I currently have, so we're gonna go with it, see if they'll make me a deal since I'm taking quite a few parts here. We'll see if they want. I'm gonna look these prices up before I even walk up there, so I know what I'm dealing with. Like that, they wanted, I can get that for 50 bucks at Rack online through Texas, but it cost me 80 bucks to ship it here. They said they'd sell it to me for 100, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm hoping I can get those for 100. I'm hoping I can get this for 50, but we'll see. It's a little beat up. Yeah, we'll see what I can con them into here, or what they can con me out of, I guess. But that is one good thing about this junkyard out here, A to B. They will negotiate a little bit, not far from the internet, but a little bit. Especially like I pulled all these parts, so they don't charge me for a fee to pull them, so they can sell them on eBay. I just come and pull them myself and get all dirty and gross. So it's a good deal for me. I mean, there's not a whole lot left on this car. I mean, honestly, I wish I could take the whole car, because eventually I could use a lot of these parts. Like this fender is not super bad, and mine has a dent right there. I might come back someday and pull this fender too. The hood's done. My hood's better than this one, so yeah, it's gonna be a little weird having a mismatched car, but yeah, I guess I'd rather scuff this up and try to match the paint than, or just leave it, rather than having a big old crack in my fender right here and a busted headlight. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go up and talk to these guys, see if we can negotiate a price here. So I'll let you guys know when I leave here what I get all this for. I might end up leaving the bumper. Like if they want retail price for it, I'll just buy a new one, because I don't need the grill. I just don't want to take it out. If they want more because it has a grill in it, I'll take the grill out right in front of them. So I'll show you where I get when I get. All right, guys. I got all these parts home. I got my lights, my bumper cover, my racks over here. So I started pulling this apart. I got tires off. Got this disconnected. You guys, honestly, the easiest way that I found to get these tapered things, just whack it with a hammer right here. It just pops them right off. I got the lines disconnected to the rack. Pretty much everything's out except for that's messed up. The bolts that actually hold the rack in. So I'm going to take those out right now. Once I get those out, I should be able to start putting this bad boy back in there. I do need to loosen this. At the junkyard, I started disconnecting these. I shouldn't have. I should have disconnected these ones. They have like a O-ring that just pushes in there, right in there. The lines are just like these ones, but they have a O-ring on them and they press into there. So we got to work on getting that done. I got to get this connector off of here too. But I got to get that one out of the car first. So I got the 2 bolts that hold the rack in right here left to take out. So I'll work on getting those out, get this put back in. Then we're gonna start tearing this bumper off, headlights out, so I can put these brackets in. I ran into a little bit of a problem by going to these lower end lights, you guys. So these are like I think they call them Xeon lights. They adjust and turn and blah, blah, blah as you're driving down the road. These lights are freaking awesome. I don't really want to switch them out, but the only reason I am is because these aren't broke. So these are still good lights. You can see the driver's side one's not broke, so I'm gonna convert to the crappy ones and keep my eye out for one of these so that I can go back to them to the original ones someday. The problem I do have is this plug. Sorry you guys, I tripped on this thing. I fell forward and then I went to grab this light and I knocked over my coffee and spilled coffee everywhere. Anyways, back to this. So it's been 1 in the morning. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but see that little purple tang right there? That is holding me up from putting these lights in this car. So they make an adapter that goes from here to the Xeon or vice versa. It's like 70 bucks, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I might go back to the junkyard and get the plug that fits here, cut my wires and solder them, and I just don't know yet. The good thing about this lights is I got all this bracketry. See this whole piece right here? That and this piece are broke on my car on the driver's side. Underneath here, I actually pop riveted together with a little piece of license plate when I first got this car. My bracket's obviously broken off here, so I made this metal one. It's been working, the light works. It just looks crappy. This whole corner, because it obviously got wrecked when I got it, or when I bought it, it was wrecked. So I'm gonna use that, or get rid of this. I'm gonna use the grill in that bumper shell, because that grill's bad, so it's cracked in a couple spots. So, but this one's good. So I'll put that in the brown bumper, put the brown bumper in the car. Someday I may paint match it with rattle can myself. There is a brown fender in the junkyard. I might go get it too, because this is dented. We'll see. I'm not super concerned about that. I'm hoping when I get this bumper cover and all this off, I can body hammer that out a little bit, because I do have some body working tools. No expert at it, I just have them for my racer, because every time I roll it, I got to beat dents out of the fenders. So kind of why I got them. But I'm gonna get this rack out of here, get the rack put back in. I'm gonna pull this bumper, start working on putting the other bumper on, the brackets for the lights back in it, all that good stuff. I think this side, all the brackets are fine. It's just that side over there that's broke. So, but I got both of them. I literally screwed them to the lights, hoping that I could take them, because they're not cheap either. I think they charged me 45 bucks at the junkyard for these lights. And I got the brackets. These alone are 65 and these are like 150. So he gave me a hell of a deal, screaming deal on those. The bumper cover, he charged me like 100 bucks. And the rack was 100 bucks. So I'm like in this, like, I think I paid him $290 for all this stuff, which is good. This bumper's actually got the fog lights in it still, which my fog light bracket over here, this is all JB welded back together. So that's good. I'll get that fixed. The only thing I couldn't find was one of these. That bumper doesn't have it. I'm missing the one on this side, so I'm gonna probably order one of them so that I have it for that side. Kind of clean this car up the rest of the way. All right, I'll show you guys where I get when I get. All right, you guys, I got the rack in, cycled it back and forth. I ran out of power steering fluid, you guys. So I'm gonna have to get some in town later. I think I told you guys this before. These cars take this special fluid. I use this 202. Fireplace popping and making noise. It's a little cold out today, so I had to start a fire, but make sure you get the recommended stuff for your car. That's what I believe this car takes. That's what I've been putting in it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go get more. I did want to show you guys this. This is why that's the bracket that's supposed to hold that headlight in. You guys can see it's broke. I pop riveted it here. I got a piece of like aluminum, I think it's actually license plate that I self-tapped and riveted into there. That's why I needed all this bottom piece. This bottom piece here. This is a bracket that holds the light in. That's why I had to get it. Yeah, mine is just demolished. I mean, this is supposed to be hooked over here, and yeah, it's supported by a bunch of stuff, and it's just not. It's all banged up and bruised. So, like I said, that's why I had to get it. I'm gonna get all this stuff out of here. I'm gonna do a little body work right here, a little hammer and dolly on this little corner. Try to straighten that out just a little bit more, but this whole grill's coming off. I'm taking this out, I'm putting it on the other bumper, and I'm putting the other bumper on there because this is split. My fog light's busted here. So it's gonna take me a little while. There's a ton of these like star bits that I gotta pull out. Then we'll start putting stuff back together, hopefully. Pretty sure I lost a screw somewhere down in there, but it's just to hold the light in. I got all the bolts that I pulled out of these lights. I actually saved them all. I got them in this pouch here somewhere. I think it's down in here. Yeah, I saved them all right there. So all the ones that came out of the car in the junkyard, I saved all those, so I got them. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna work on, you guys. I'm gonna try to get this bumper off of here. There's a lot of bolts and crap holding this in here. Then there's nuts and stuff to hold this grill in. This has got to come out of mine and go into the other one. Wow. Yeah, so that's what we're working on. And literally, you guys, I think you've seen me change a headlight on these before. They just slide out. They have these little pins right in here. They just slide into that. It's a little hard when this is broke like that bad. So yeah, that's why we're switching over to the new stuff. It's just, this car was broke when I bought it, so I'm finally getting around to fix it. I've had it for like 3 years or something. Yeah, low on my priority list, I guess. So yeah. All right, you guys, so we've made it a little ways. I've got the whole bumper cover off. I replaced my broken piece here with a new one. I hammered and dollied this out just a little bit, not a bunch, but we did get our new bracket in there. None of it's busted. Got the bolts back in it here and here. There will be a bolt that goes through there eventually once I get the cover back on it. I pulled, this is out of the new bumper. I pulled that out because it's broke. It's cracked right there. The one in my car is not, so I'm going to use it. Here's my old bumper cover. I got it off. Literally, you guys, this thing has, on the back of it, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 star bits. These guys that hold it in. Then it has some tabs along the bottom right here that pop out. And then tabs on the top up here. These little black guys right here. There's 4 of them across the top here. You just kind of pry those up a little bit and they pop right out. They're actually these guys right here. You just pry them up and they pop out of here. Then this piece comes out. These are the tabs that hook into it on the other side. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I'm gonna take my good grill shell. Like I said, this one's broke right there. I don't like it. So we're gonna put mine in the new bumper, then we'll get the new bumper on, you guys. Pretty straightforward. When I did this, I had to undo these right along the skirt here, inner fender well. I had to undo those. These are like a push tab. No, there's nuts on these two. They're like 12 millimeter nuts, 12 or 10, I can't remember. 2 there, and then there's 1 right here. Once you get these off, both sides, there's a couple down here on the front of the skid plate. The bumper comes right off. There's not a whole lot holding it on there. I'm actually pretty surprised, so not a whole lot to it. Yeah, so we're gonna get everything mounted in the new grill shell and get it put on here. All right, you guys, I'm getting these pieces put on here. Old one. You can see, look at how bad I riveted this thing together just to make it work back in the day. Yeah, that's actually a piece of Montana license plate up in there, holding that thing together. Yeah, pretty beat up, you guys. Yeah, that's just one part of it. The other part's even worse. I don't remember where I set it now, but yeah, but now we got our new piece in here. A lot better. Actually, I noticed there's this little hose. I don't know what it does, but I got it hooked back up too. So Yeah, it's gonna look a little ugly with the brown bumper on the tan car, but just the fact that this bumper's together, I just like it better, you guys. I'm gonna put the original headlights in it until I can get my adapter pieces for here to here. I think they're like 70 bucks, so I'm a little but I got a good deal on the headlights, so they only charged me 45 bucks for these headlights, so we'll see. All right, you guys, we about got this thing licked. Got the new bumper cover on. I left the old headlights in it, you guys. The main reason I did that is the plug in the back is different from these lights to these ones. They make a little adapter cable apparently to go from these Xeon ones to the halogen ones. I know those are a lower grade one, you guys, but they're not cracked. I'm also looking at seeing if I can just take the lens off of that and put it over this one. This light's not great. Even the housing is kind of broken, but they do have these little clippy things right here, and it looks like a seal right there. So I think you can take these apart and just put the lens on this one. I'm gonna put this back together for now. I'm gonna tape this back up, but I'm gonna look at that or the adapter to those lights. I don't like these lights nowhere near as much as I like these, but at least these are together, so we're probably gonna go that route. I do need to order another one of these for this side. I don't have one, but this bumper looks way better. I'm very pleased, even though it's poop brown. Yeah, it just makes the car look better. It's still not great. It never will be great, you guys. I'm not making a show car here. This is literally my daily driver, so it's better than it was. Someday I'll probably paint this bumper to match the rest of this car with just rattle cans. So I got all that in. The only thing I got left to do is put the little skid plate underneath, put the wheels and tires back on it, put some oil in it because it's an Audi. It burns oil like crazy. So turbo car, yeah, loves the oil. So I'm gonna get those back on. We're gonna go take this thing for a ride. I did go get some more power steering fluid and fill it up because I didn't have quite enough from my other jug, which Audi does not give away power steering fluid. The little jug's like 30 bucks almost. That's youch. But it is what it is. I needed it. This car doesn't really use a whole lot of power steering fluid, so except for the fact that I pulled the rack out of it and put a new one in it. Yeah, so we're gonna keep looking at these lights, trying to figure out some way to put them in this car just to fix this issue. For now, I'm gonna go get and try to clean this out, and then I'm gonna tape this back up for now until I can get the other lights put in here or this lens fixed or whatever I end up doing, you guys. I'm not sure yet. So it already looks better though. The freaking bumper alone, gosh, even though it's a different color, it just looks better. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'm gonna get this last piece put on there, you guys. Then I'm gonna probably move on to the Audi, or maybe making a sign on my router. I don't really have the right wood to make the sign, but I can program it. So I guess I'll move on to the BMW, start pulling plastic off it and trying to get these parts to fit on it. I'll show you where I get what I get, guys. All right, you guys, we got this all knocked out. We got her back on her, sitting on her wheels. She's done for the most part. Like I said, I gotta research these headlights a little bit, see how I can make the other ones fit or take parts off of that to fix this one. So we're pretty much done though. Got all the fluids filled up, put oil in it. I'm gonna go take her for a test drive here and make sure the power steering's still working. It felt a little kind of shaky, so hopefully the rack's good. But yeah, that's where we're at, guys. I'll hit you on the next video. Hey, make sure you guys like, subscribe. We're trying to get these views up so we can start that project over there. That'll be the next one we start working on, I believe, you guys. You guys will start seeing videos of us tearing. I got to strip a lot more stuff off this plastic and such, so yeah, you'll see that coming.